Hey guys, welcome to Nomadic Gypsies Tarot. If you're new to my channel, um, here you'll find intuitive reads, different messages. Some people refer to it as divination. I really want to, for the most part, focus on the now, because that is every single one of our strives for mastery. If we can master the now, everything else is simple. A lot simpler. Never easy, I don't think things are meant to be easy. Because I said this to my buddy, he really liked the way the quote came out, but it's like, if things are too easy, then you're doing something wrong. And I say that because life is about growth. It's about challenge. We want to experience the challenge so that we can achieve the fruitions that come with it, the growth, the wisdom in the journey, And yeah. It's so today's actually pretty awesome. I was just looking at the numbers in the alignment of today, and it's also the new moon. It was like 11:33 this morning, actually, was when it was at its peak, in this time zone anyways, wherever you are in the world. But just the number alignment is freaking amazing. It's the second month of 2022, okay? Or the second day of 2022, first month. And so I started just even looking at what does 2022 break down to you? That's a 6. And sixes are, they're all about the heart of the matter, harmonization. And oh yeah, okay. The embodiment. I like the way somebody put it. It was the embodiment of the heart. And I think that's fantastic to look at those words. And then being a six life path myself, when I look at some of the other details and translations that people will share, it's just amazing, because I can relate to all of it, and just what my personal strive has been in this journey, this specific cycle. But being 2022 and just looking at where everything's at, where everything has been, I think this year is really gonna help help a lot of us regain our footing and our ground on the co-creating that we're doing, and the actual vision, the collective visions, the evolution of this species, for peace, just to reach a point where we can find that contentment, that peace, that firm foundation of something that we want to continue to grow from. And yeah, with 6 as well, it's all about compassion, and it's empathic in nature. So I think that's beautiful energy alignment for what is so necessary to bringing things into that that balance that we need. The scales have been tipped in such extreme directions, the I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the portals that have been opened with some of the shit that's been going on, and what's kind of been vesseling in to this realm that wasn't allowed through for a long time because of the shielding that was put up. And, you know, like that sense of destruction and like what needs to be faced, I think is like it is essential to face it and to actually deal with it, you know, once and for all. And like with 6, you know, it is like it is an achievement of like coming into the whole self, you know, and that's I totally resonate with that. And like that's exactly what I've been striving and working for, and like all the healing and inner work that I've been really looking at and digging deep over the past few years of my life. You know, like even when it's like some moments where it's like it seems like this savage loop, but you know, like sometimes that loop is necessary in order to really ingrain what the point of it all is. And then when we can like completely like absorb that into the core of our being, then we just have like this profound strength, like an undestructible force, you know, that the kind of stuff that we may need to be dealing with, that achievement of that wholeness and recognizing like the power that comes from it, it's a force to be reckoned with, right? Like, and like that's one thing I've just been encouraging so many people to do is the inner shadow work, you know, like fight the war within, you know. And like it's crazy because I look at like this war that I've been feeling for so long and that like I know I've been fighting in so many ways, and how so many of us have been, you know. And it's like how many of us can honestly say like I don't want to fucking fight anymore, you know. Like I didn't come here to fight. You know, it's like I don't wish the fight on anyone. I think in essence like every entity in one way shape or form just strive like has this longing for contentment, you know, to be like free, just to be and experience like fluctuations in different levels, like energetically, without a need for total like destruction and chaos and like, you know, the all those like uncomfortable and like negative emotions or heavy aspects, like to be able to release all that. And so yeah, like looking at the numbers again today, so 6 is the year, right? And then if we go with just the 2, we come into 8. And 8 is like it's very powerful for a new beginning. 8 is like a symbol of balance, success, and like with 8 it's very goal orientated, which is awesome too because the new moon in Capricorn, like um it is such powerful energies right now to actually like have a reset, to wipe things clean and actually build and construct this new foundation. And like with the goal orientated, with that power of like the 8 frequency, you know, it's just like what a powerful day like overall, you know. And then adding the 1 in, we come into a 9, which is the end of a cycle. So like what better way to wipe the slate clean by actually taking a minute to recognize like what is it in my life that I need to, oh, just one sec here. What is it in my life that needs to just totally be released, needs to be put to an end, like once and for all. Like this is the day to do it. And like these energies are gonna resonate out for, you know, like definitely over the next few days. Like make a conscious effort today, like very strong, you know, but to make a conscious effort, like what what needs you to bring death to it, you know, and to do it in a way that it achieves that total sense of completion that, you know, like it's not going to come creeping back. To totally find that feeling that, yes, it's done, and now it's time to begin anew, to find that harmony, to, like, you know, that conscious recognition of like what we're projecting out is what we're going to create, and to not allow any more of like this mongering and and like, you know, letting them tell us a vision, like we're here, and you know, that's like an existence that we can conquer, that like all the bad things that like we're not wanting to see happen, you know, with the power of our mind right there, and then actually taking action towards it, focusing on our lives and the positive that we can do for ourselves to like work towards our goals. And you know, like, awesome focus, almost like a tunnel vision, but like just so in tune with our energetics that, you know, like we're still sensing what's going on around us, but it's not the point of focus. We're focusing on what we want to see come to fruition. And this is the year for that. So I want to draw a rune for today and this new beginning for all of us. Yeah, I love the runes. It's pretty rad. Like, you know, when I look at the runes and okay, I guess I'm getting a piece of, oh, okay, cool. Some of these kind of broke. Oh shit. So we got note this. And then I'm gonna do two, so it's actually working out to three that I'm gonna share right now. With note this, it's constraint. Okay. That's cool. So the number line, like I'm always doing number stuff, you know, but I'm going to page 1056, and it's the seventh rune. So 6, 7, 8, 9. That's fucking awesome. Okay. So, okay. I'm gonna read this. I'm just like already kind of getting ahead of myself, you know, because like I'm just feeling all this positivity. But then, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna read it. And then we're gonna work with it. Constraint, necessity, and pain are the keywords with this one. The necessity of learning to deal with severe constraint is the lesson of note this. This rune represents the obstacles we create for ourselves as well as those we encounter in the world around us. Both can be equally difficult to handle. The role of note this is to identify our shadow, our dark or repressed side, places where growth has been stunted, resulting in weaknesses that are often projected onto others. Don't take this world personally, this rune is saying. Work with the shadow. Examine what it is in your nature that attracts hardship or misfortune to your life. When at last you can look upon the rune of constraint with a smile, you will recognize the troubles, denials, and setbacks of life as your teachers, guides, and allies. Absolutely. Okay, it's doing it for me, but like, you know, because that is what the key is, right? Like, when we look at things that we've considered to be such negative experiences, you know, and we shift them by recognizing the lessons that we've learned and the strength that we've gained, and we like step out of any form of like victim mentality, and recognize, it's not that things have been happening to us, but rather the experience is designed for us to challenge, to learn, to grow. And like a lot of what we've been doing as well, like some of us, like, you know, we're here to like transmute and help heal like entire lineages and like break generational curses and all this stuff, like to help heal this human species, and it's like, it's magnificent and so profound and so necessary to life. So the need for restraint is unquestionable here. Drawing this rune indicates that there may well be holdups and reasons to reconsider your plans carefully. Clearly, there's work to be done on yourself. So take it on with good humor and show perseverance. This is a time to pay off old debts, to restore, if not harmony, at least balance. So mend, restore, redress. When fishermen can't go to sea, they repair nets. Let the constraints of the time serve you in righting your relationship to yourself. Be mindful that rectification must come before progress. And as always, consider the uses of adversity. And I'm going to actually read the reverse meaning of this one as well. As part of the cycle of initiation, note this as the great teacher disguised as the bringer of pain and limitation. It has been said that only at the moment of greatest darkness do we become aware of the light within and come to recognize the true creative power of the self. When something within you is disowned, that which is disowned wreaks havoc. A cleansing is required here. In undertaking it, you fund a will and strengthen character. Begin with what is most difficult and proceed to that which is easy. Or conversely, begin with that what is easy and proceed to that which is most difficult. Either way, remember that suffering, in its original sense, merely meant undergoing. Thus, you are required to undergo the dark side of your passage and bring it into the light. Controlling your anger, restraining your impulses, keeping your faith firm. All this is at issue here. Modesty and good temper are essential at such a challenging time. It is actually pretty perfect. Like what marks a new beginning, first we must recognize everything that needs to go from the old cycle. So like what I was encouraging you to look at is like what needs to die, like what needs to be released. But like this is such a powerful time to actually, begin this new year by saying goodbye to the olds, but by really actually facing it and looking at the details and the whole of the experience, and then like integrating that wisdom after you've reached that pivotal point of like translation where you're able to shine the light on what once seemed so dark. And but also to recognize too that the light was always there. It was just like a matter of going through the process, having to like feel our way around in the dark so that we can realize where the light's at like the whole freaking time. And that, and right there, like just the way I put that, like to feel our way around in the dark. I think that's a key word right there, is to feel, to actually allow this amazing purge of whatever emotions may have been suppressed throughout the duration of our entire life, like leading up to now. It's fucking huge, but like I think we should just do it and purge it, like, because the power that would come from that actual release to like set the stage for what will come, the whole like thy kingdom come, okay? And I'm not a biblical person, but there's a lot to be said about the energy that's gone into this book, and that is where the keys lie, you guys. The keys lie in these stories that have been given so much energy, so much thought process, so much, like, it's that energetic focus, religiously focusing on this stuff and moving the masses with such practice of belief, leading into set belief. Well, this is the moment of revelation. Are we gonna finally reveal the truth of all this and all that's mattered? What are we going to allow to matter of what's to come? What are we going to densify with our thoughts to create matter? I think it's gonna be pretty fucking awesome. Also me. Like, also you. Yeah, awesome. And yeah, I think I want to leave this one at that, but I'm going to be back very, very soon. Love and light and trust for wherever you need to go. I wish you strength and just trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust the power that we each hold as individuals to create precisely what we want to see, or what we believe to be a promise that was made, to actually like step into our own power and find the connected consciousness, the total innate knowing of what Christ consciousness, or our God self, and how that is connected to everything, and that we are creators here. And just one more actually point I thought of just saying that, like, Christ was said to die in the 9th hour, which is like 3 in the afternoon, okay? To make way for salvation for all. When it comes to stepping back into like recognizing Christ consciousness, to make way for salvation for all, we need to recognize that we must find that salvation from within ourselves and do the work as individuals. To be willing to allow those parts of ourselves to die so that we can bring salvation to everything that we care about in life. To bring salvation to life itself, all forms of life, and recognize that connection. It was 2444. I just said, I love you guys. I am love. You are love. Let's do this. I will see you very soon. Thank you for sharing your time.